Hello everyone, Namaskar, welcome to Maths Guidance and welcome to the fourth lecture of chapter number 8, that is quadrilaterals. So far we have studied seven theorems in our lecture number 3, and the theorems are like this. First one, in a parallelogram a diagonal bisects it or divides it into two congruent triangles. First one it was. Then second one was in a parallelogram the opposite sides are equal. The third one was the converse of this, that if in a quadrilateral the opposite sides are equal, then it is a parallelogram. Fourth one was in a parallelogram opposite angles are equal, and the fifth one was the converse of this, that if opposite angles of a quadrilateral are equal, then it is a parallelogram. Sixth one was the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, all right. And the seventh one was the converse of this, that is if in a quadrilateral the diagonals bisect each other, then it is a parallelogram. So based on these 7 theorems, we are going to solve some very good questions in this lecture number 4. So yes, let's start the video and let's take some very nice questions. It will help you remembering the theorems in a very good manner. Thank you very much for joining me. So friends, let's start the video with examples, questions. So the first question is, so that the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular to each other. All right, let's solve it. Let's first draw a rhombus. Let's name it A, B, C and D. And let's draw its diagonals like this. These are the diagonals of a rhombus. And let's take this point O. These diagonals intersect at O. Okay. Now, the given things are, we have been given that rhombus ABCD, a rhombus ABCD, and AC and BD are the diagonals. AC and BD are the diagonals intersecting at O. Intersecting each other at O. At point O. Alright. Now we have to prove that the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Diagonals are perpendicular to each other. This means what? If we prove that this angle all are 90 degree, then we can say, means angle AOD equal to angle COD equal to 90 degree. Then we can say that the diagonals are perpendicular. So let's see the proof now. So first of all, we know that in a rhombus, all sides are equal. This is the property of rhombus, all sides are equal. Therefore AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DA, means all these sides are equal. This is the property of a rhombus. AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to DA. Okay. Now in triangle AOD and COD, in triangle AOD and triangle COD, we also know that this AO is equal to CO. This is also the property of a rhombus. We have AO is equal to CO, and this AD is equal to CD. AD is equal to CD. Also OD is equal to OD. OD is equal to OD. This is common. This is common, and these are the properties of a rhombus. Properties of a rhombus. All right. This one AO equal to CO, basically the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Okay, diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, because rhombus is also a parallelogram. All right. Now we can say that triangle AOD is congruent to triangle COD by which rule? By SSS rule, side 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 rule. These two are congruent. This implies if these two are congruent, then we can say that this angle AOD equal to angle COD. Angle AOD equal to angle COD by CPCT. By CPCT. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Now, angle AOD plus angle COD is equal to 180 degree. We can say, you can check here, AOD plus COD is equal to 180 degree, because these are forming linear pair. So angle AOD plus COD is 180 degree, and angle AOD equal to angle COD. This implies twice angle AOD is equal to 180 degree. This implies angle AOD is equal to 90 degree is equal to angle COD. Now this angle is 90 degree, this angle is also 90 degree. Similarly, you can prove that this and this all are 90 degrees. Therefore, we can say that diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular to each other. This is proved. All right. So step by step, you can see this is very easy. You have only to know the theorems, the properties of rhombus, quadrilaterals, parallelograms, all right. So let's move on. Now let's solve this second problem. Second problem is like this. ABC is an isosceles triangle. ABC is an isosceles triangle in which AB equal to AC. AD bisects exterior angle PAC. Okay, and CD is parallel to AB. It is given. So we have to prove that angle DAC is equal to angle BCA, and second one ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay. So let's solve it. Solution. So what is given? Given is triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle where AB is equal to AC. Also given is AD bisects angle PAC. That means these two angles are equal. PAD equal to angle DAC. All right. And also given CD is parallel to AB. Okay. Now what we have to prove? To prove, first one was angle DAC. Angle DAC is equal to angle BCA. Angle DAC, this angle is equal to this angle BCA. And second one was ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. So ABCD is a parallelogram, we have to prove, and one thing is given that DC is parallel to AB. So what we have to do is we have to show that BC is parallel to AD. So if both of these are parallel, then it will be a parallelogram. All right. So let's do the proof. The proof is like this. Since AB is equal to AC, this implies angle ABC is equal to angle ACB. This angle and this angle. Angles opposite to equal side. Angle opposite to equal, or rather angles opposite to equal sides. Okay. Now this angle PSE is the exterior angle. PSE is the exterior angle for this triangle ABC. So angle PSE is equal to sum of these two angles. Angle PAC is equal to angle ABC plus angle ACB, and we can write it twice angle ACB, because ACB, ABC both are equal. So we can write this PAC equal to twice angle ACB. Okay. It is also given that this AD bisects this angle PAC. So angle DAC or angle PAC is equal to twice of angle DAC. We can write also angle PAC is equal to twice of angle DAC, because it is given that AD bisects angle PAC. So let us take it as 2. So from these 1 and 2, from equations 1 and 2, we can say twice angle ACB is equal to twice angle DAC. This implies angle ACB is equal to angle DAC. I think this was the first we have to prove. DAC equal to BCA or ACB, or you can write angle DAC is equal to angle BCA. BCA and ACB both are same. So this is proved. So this first one is done. Second one we have to show that ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay. Now this DAC equal to angle BAC. DAC is equal to angle BCA or ACB, whatever. Now this is only possible when these two lines are parallels, BC parallel to AD. Then and only then this transversal will make the alternate interior angles equal. Alright. So we can directly write that BC is parallel to AD. BC is parallel to AD. Why? Because alternate interior angles are equal when lines BC and DA are intersected by a transversal. And what is transversal? AC. Okay. Now we can directly say that ABCD is a parallelogram. Now ABCD, or therefore ABCD is a parallelogram, proved, because one pair of sides we have shown is parallel and one is already given. This one CD is parallel to AB. So both sides are parallel, then it is a parallelogram. Alright. So step by step, using simple theorems, we have solved this question also. But the main point is you have to remember all the theorems. Otherwise it's not easy to solve the questions. No problem, we will do it. It's our duty to remember all the theorems. Let's move on. Okay, now let's solve this question. Question number 3. ABCD is a parallelogram. And AP and CQ are perpendiculars. From vertices A and C on diagonal BD. Okay. So that triangle APB is congruent to triangle CQD. Okay. And AP equal to CQ. Now let's solve it. Solution. So what is given? Given is a parallelogram ABCD. Okay. AP and CQ are perpendiculars. AP perpendicular to BD and CQ also perpendicular to BD. That means this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree. Okay. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove first of all triangle APB is congruent to triangle CQD, and second one we have to prove that AP is equal to CQ. So the second part is easy, because if you prove this one, then this by default, by CPCT, we can write AP equal to CQ. Okay. So our focus is on first part. So first part we will prove very easily. In triangle APB and triangle CQD, what we have? We have this AB is equal to CD. AB is equal to CD. How? These are the opposite sides of a parallelogram. Opposite sides of a parallelogram, and we know that opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Opposite angles are also equal. Now opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. AB equal to CD. Again this angle equal to this angle. Angle APB equal to angle CQD. Angle APB is equal to angle CQD. This is given 90 degree. Alright. Third one is this angle is equal to this angle, because AB is parallel to CD. It is a parallelogram. AB is parallel to CD and this is a transversal. So alternate interior angles are equal. This implies angle ABP is equal to angle CDQ. ABP CDQ. How? These are the alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. When AB parallel to CD, AB parallel to CD, and BC is a transversal. BC is a transversal. Okay. Therefore, by AAS rule, we can say that triangle APB is congruent to triangle CQD. APB is congruent to triangle CQD. This is proved. First part is proved. Now the second part, by CPCT. AP equal to CQ. AP equal to CQ. AP is equal to CQ. This is also proved. So it was an easy question, but you have to remember all the theorems. I am saying it time and again. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal and alternate interior angles are equal. Since AB parallel to CD and BC is a transversal. AB parallel to CD, how? Because this is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. Alright. Okay, now move on. So friends, let's take one more question. The question is like this. ABCD is a trapezium. ABCD is a trapezium in which AB parallel to CD and AD equal to BC. Alright. Then show that angle A equal to angle B, angle C equal to angle D. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD. Okay, we will draw it. ABC and BAD. Diagonal AC equal to diagonal BD. Okay, so let's solve it one by one. The solution is like this. We will have to do some construction. Okay, so let us draw the perpendiculars. Let us draw another figure. Suppose this is the trapezium A, B, C and D. Alright, we will draw a perpendicular from here. Let us suppose this is E, and one perpendicular from here. Let us suppose this is F. Okay, so solution is like this. Construction. First of all, construction is draw altitudes AE and BF meeting the line CD at E and F respectively. Okay. Now in triangle ADE, ADE and triangle BCF, BCF. So we have this AD equal to BC. First of all, AD equal to BC, this is given. This is given, okay. Then this length AE will be equal to BF. AE equal to BF. How? Because this is the distance between two parallel lines. These are the parallel lines, the distance will be same. So you can write distance between the parallel lines. Distance between two parallel lines. Okay. Now the third one is angle AED. Angle AED will be equal to angle BFC. BFC from construction. Okay. That means by RHS rule, we can say triangle ADE is congruent to triangle BCF. Okay, we can say it hypotenuse and one side are equal and the triangle is right angle. So we can say that these two triangles are congruent. Now by CPCT, we can say that angle C equal to angle D. This angle D, this angle C, these two will be equal. So one part is proved, angle C equal to angle D. Now let us prove the first part, that is angle A equal to angle B. Now since AB is parallel to CD and AD and BC are transversal, let us see. Since AB is parallel to CD and DA and BC and DA and CB are transversals. Therefore, angle A plus angle D equal to 180 degree and angle B plus angle C equal to 180 degree. 180 degree and angle B plus angle C equal to 180 degree. These are interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Interior angles on the same side of transversal. Okay. Now from here angle C equal to angle D. So this are equal, angle C equal to angle D and angle A plus angle D equal to 180, angle B plus angle C equal to 180. So we can easily say that angle A equal to angle B. This is also proved. Okay. Now first and second part are proved. Now let's come on to third part. Third part is you have to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD. ABC and BAD. Okay. Now let's draw the figure again. Let us suppose this is the trapezium A, B, C and D. We have to prove that this is triangle BAD and this is triangle ABC. So we have to prove that ABC and BAD. Okay. So we will write directly in triangle ABC and triangle BAD. ABC and BAD. Okay. First of all, this AB is common. AB equal to BA, this is common part. This is common. Okay. Now this is also given. AD equal to BC. So you write BC equal to AD. BC from this triangle and AD from this triangle. Okay. This is also given. Now one thing which is given is which we have proved that angle A equal to angle B. This angle A equal to angle B. So from this triangle, this angle, and from this triangle, this angle. So from triangle ABC, it is angle B. So you will write here like this, angle B equal to angle A. We have proved this. We have proved. Okay. Therefore, by SAS or rather SAS, therefore by SAS rule, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle AD. This is proved. Now the fourth part is AC equal to BD. We can directly say that AC equal to BD by CPCT. AC equal to BD by CPCT. Because AC belongs to this triangle ABC, AC, and BD belongs to this triangle. So this is also proved. So basically you have to remember all the theorems. See here, one theorem we have used, interior angles on the same side of transversal, then distance between two parallel lines. All these things you have to remember and you have to apply on such problems. Alright, SAS rule here. So I hope this question, it is a good question and it is clear to you. Alright, so let's move on. So guys, we have solved some 3 or 4 questions, some very good questions, and solving these questions are very good because we are actually this is a recap of all the theorems which we have studied in lines and angles, in triangles, and in quadrilaterals, chapter 6, 7 and 8, all these chapters. And this is very important because once you study the older things, you tend to, you know, remember, you tend to forget all those things. So it's a recap of all those theorems which we have studied in chapter 6 and 7 and 8 also. So the questions were very good and I hope you enjoyed the questions, and I hope you are learning slowly but in a very good manner. So let's conclude this lecture number 4 here, and we will move on to lecture number 5, and I hope 2 or 3 lectures would be sufficient to conclude this chapter, and then we will move on to chapter number 9. So yes, please watch my videos till the end. Thank you very much.